How's it guys, this is Dayvy, FPL, and welcome back to the Fantasy Premier League video here on my channel. First things first, sorry for kind of the quick introduction. If my mouth and the audio aren't synced, I do apologize. I messed something up with the OBS settings. So if you guys can just tell me in chat if it's synced, otherwise I'm just going to can the face cam and we're going to do this OG by just having kind of audio. So just please tell me in chat if it is synced and if it's synced fine or if it's really annoying and you want me to take away the face cam. I know that you're not going to be able to see my face for the entire stream, but that should be fine. Okay, so everyone's saying that it should be synced. Thanks Dan and David, do appreciate it. Abdul also saying looks great. So thanks, I just wanted to get that out of the way. Sorry for kind of being super rushed today. Apologies for having a little bit of a later stream. Was watching the rugby. Please be kind on me. I know that we did end up losing, but it was quite a bad loss, to be honest, because it was so close. I don't even know if you guys watch rugby, to be honest. Probably focus on the football, but that's what this stream is going to be about. It's just going to be about FPL. This is my current team, so if you guys don't follow me on Twitter, the transfer that we did do last night was actually Ismail Assar in for Rafinha. Now, I wanted to just clarify this transfer because I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of questions about it. So first off, I think Rafinha will play against West Ham. So if you guys want to take him out because of that, don't. I think he will feature for Leeds against West Ham, so you don't have to worry about that. My personal opinion was I was looking to bank a transfer this week so that in game week 7, I have 2 free transfers. And the reason I wanted 2 free transfers was because I wanted to take Ronaldo out for Lukaku, and then I wanted to bring in a Chelsea defender, probably for Luke Shaw. But then I kind of looked at the fixtures. I saw that Ronaldo has Everton next, and I just thought that maybe I'll keep Ronaldo for another game week. And that's why I actually did this Ismail Assar transfer, because I didn't necessarily need 2 transfers next week. But if you guys want 2 transfers, then I would probably recommend just holding on to Rafinha, because the fixtures still look good, and I mean Leeds are always an attacking side. I just don't really favour them with all these injuries against West Ham, and that's the reason I took Rafinha out. So Yash, thank you for becoming a new member to the gang. I didn't really know what to call our collective members. Dayvy gang sounds a little bit weird, but thank you Yash for becoming a member. Hopefully you do enjoy your star player icon next to your name. In terms of questions, you guys can hit me up with any questions as usual. Nice t-shirt, thank you. I do like it. The only thing is, like, you guys can see the badge. Sorry, wrong badge. The badge is like with the green screen, so it's like a little bit weird. That's why I unfortunately can't even wear my South Africa soccer shirt or football shirt. Apologies for that one. I can't even wear that shirt because it has too much green in it. I just thought that the majority of the shirt you can see, and also wanted to say that every time the Springboks, which is a South African rugby team, have lost, Liverpool have won when they play on the same day. So obviously we've lost to Australia the 2 previous games, and Liverpool have won both those. So do with that what you will. If you want to go for a Salah captain, I mean, if Liverpool are going to win, they're going to have to score. So maybe a Salah captain could be a good decision to go with. I'm just going to put that out on the table there. That's what I'm going to say. Melvin saying, how's it gang? And actually could be something that we do. Thanks for the suggestion there. Will Collinson with, hey Davey, should I take a -4? Rafinha to Sarr. So I don't think I would do a -4 for that move. And I think there's a couple of other people that were also asking me for potentials for a -4. The only way I might consider a -4 is if you don't have a bench or you don't have someone off your bench that can come on. Because I think worst scenario is that Rafinha doesn't end up starting and doesn't come off the bench, but I think he will. I think this game's too big and they have too many injuries for Rafinha to not play at all. So I don't think I would do a -4 on that. I just think that for me, with the free transfer in the back pocket, with the wildcard as well, that could be coming up quite shortly, I think that I wanted to take this punt over the next 2 weeks because I think Sarr outperforms Rafinha over the next 2. I saw someone also saying there, I think it was Adam Bing saying you should wear your Salah shirt. So it might be a little bit selfish, but if I don't captain Salah, I'm not going to give that good luck to Salah. So I could have worn it. But if you are captaining Salah, perfectly fine. I think the 3 captaincy options this week, Ronaldo, Antonio, and Salah, if I had to rank them, I probably would say Ronaldo first, but I guess that's just the boring safe option. I think Antonio pushes them super close. To me, Antonio is the logical captain, to be honest. I don't know. I really wanted to captain Antonio. Woke up this morning thinking about captaining him, but I just think my team is already differential enough. I mean, I have a Dama Traore. I have enough pain in my team at the moment to go for a differential captain, and they end up not banging. So I think I'm just going to go with Ronaldo this week. Hello, Dayvy. Should I roll a transfer and play Rudiger or transfer Bamford out? So if you have Bamford, I would keep him as much as possible. I think Bamford over Rafinha as an FPL option. And I think in terms of your player, Rudiger, that's perfectly fine. I'm predicting a 0-0 for Man City Chelsea, and I think that actually could be how it goes. So I think playing a Chelsea defender this week is also perfectly fine. Playing a City defender is perfectly fine. These kind of top clashes are super hard to call, and that's why I would always, like next week when Liverpool play Man City, that's probably going to have more goals in it than Chelsea Man City, but I just think it's perfectly fine to do. RSDTV saying Traore to Saar or Bamford to ASM. So because your first transfer was Traore to Saar, I don't think that you necessarily have to get a starting 11. You probably have a starting 11 already. So Bamford to so I think that I would rather keep Bamford, and I would probably do the Traore to Saar move, to be honest. Do you think Firmino will start over Jota, says Jason? I don't think Firmino will. I watched a Liverpool training video last night. This could have been a couple of days ago. I don't really know when it was released, but Firmino, I didn't really see him in too many of the shooting drills. It was kind of Jota, Salah, and Mane practicing their shots. So I think those will be the front three. I think Firmino will come off the bench around 80 to 70 minutes. And then I think Firmino will start midweek because they would rather play Firmino against Man City than Jota against Man City because Jota's pressing is slightly worse than Firmino's. So Jason, I think Jota gets this week, but then next week Firmino will play. G-Ball saying, check the chat. Okay, let me go check. Did Benrahma and Traore to Saar and Townsend as a 1 week punt? Both on free transfer for. So, G-Ball, I understand why you did those moves, but I would have probably kept Benrahma, and I would have probably done the Traore move. Picking between Saar and Townsend, those quite tough. But as you said, it's a 1 week punt. So, I mean, in terms of those two, it's probably going to be an Everton and Saar. So, out of Townsend and Gray. So, those moves are fine. If they were for free, that's perfectly fine. But I just don't know if I would have done the Benrahma one because I think West Ham are going to do quite well. Optimus Prime saying, can we please get 1,000 likes? I don't even think we have 1,000 viewers probably. But sure, that's... So, Oladapo saying, best Bamford replacement for a similar price. I think if you don't have Antonio, he's the no-brainer. But this is where things get a little bit sticky because there's not too many options that I kind of prefer. If you can afford a Jamie Vardy, maybe go for him. But I think I would rather keep Bamford, and then do a trance on your bench. So, for example, take a 4.5 defender to someone else like that. I think that's going to be worth it in the long run, unless Bamford is out for a long amount of time. War Collins saying, why did you leave Ayling last? Okay, so I left Ayling last because the rest of my bench isn't going to play anyway, Will. So I can fix that for you, but I just think I might want Omubadmadeli maybe to get a magical clean sheet, and because I own Antonio, but Scarlett's not going to play, and Omubadmadeli won't. So automatically Ayling, although he's third on my bench, he's going to feature. We then have a super chat from fake subscribers, so thank you for the $1. If you had a question, just post it in chat, and hopefully one of the mods will pick it up. But if you just wanted to donate, I do appreciate it. My opinion is to make transfers how you plan to use your wildcard Optimus Prime. So that could be how you do it. I mean, that's probably how you're going to do it anyway to prevent you using the wildcard. But I think that I'm going to come up to quite a tough scenario as Nemanja is saying there in chat, are you planning to use the wildcard in Game Week 8? But I might have to be forced to use it because I have Ismaila Sarr against Liverpool. I have Greenwood, who probably will lose his place soon. I have Jota, who will definitely lose his place soon. So my midfield component is becoming slightly a little bit dodgy. And I might want to shift to Ronaldo and Lukaku up front with Salah. And then I might swap out Trent for 2 Chelsea defenders. I'm still undecided on that. Foster has to start. He has an easier fixture. But Foster's playing Gucci St. Maximum. So, I mean, that's the toughest fixture in the Premier League, in my opinion. I don't know. I trust the Brighton defense more than the Watford defense. You can play either of them. To me, it's not that much of a decision there. I think the best either of them get is 6 points. So the ceiling is not too high. Did Townsend because Norwich conceded. Okay, so on the right side, the Norwich's right side have conceded quite a few chances, so I can understand that. And at least you've got some stats to back it up there. So G-Ball, that's perfectly fine. Jojo's Revenge 2 saying wildcard in 7 or 8. If 7, what's your plan for the Pool City players? So, Jojo, I think I personally prefer the wildcard in Game Week 8, not Game Week 7. I think Game Week 7, you would be tempted to take the Liverpool assets out. While on a wildcard, I might ditch Trent. I guess that then that could, I guess it does come down to Trent for you then. So, Jojo, if you want to keep Trent on your wildcard, I would wildcard Game Week 8. But if you want to sell Trent, I might consider the Game Week 7 one, because then the only player for Man City versus Liverpool you have is probably going to be Salah, and I mean you're going to keep him anyways. So I think Game Week 7 could probably be tempting if you want to ditch Trent, to be honest. Let me just go. Yeah, sorry. Hamad saying, why Rafinha out, not Traore out for Sarr? So I think I've kind of been put through so much pain with Traore, and his fixtures are good still in the upcoming game weeks. And for me, the kind of rationale that I went on is that I was fine with taking Rafinha out because he was a doubt, and therefore he is somewhat injured already, you know. So he's going to be probably not playing the full 90. He might actually, though. I don't know. I just thought that over these next two, over those fixtures, I would rather prefer the Watford assets, and then I'm just kind of hoping that Wolves come good. I just couldn't take out Traore, although he's not looking great. The stats and the fixtures are too good for me to kind of take that punt out. But I know that kind of on paper, you probably would want to keep Rafinha, but that was my kind of rationale behind it. But Traore out, Sarr in is equally as good of a transfer in my opinion. Play 2 this game week, Semedo, Luca Digne or Semedo. Okay, play 2. So you've skipped someone out there on the super chat. So you have Semedo twice. So just comment this again and just put the corrected player in. But between Semedo and Digne, I probably would play both of them, but just is Luca Digne even fit? I thought that he might have been injured. I don't know. Also, if you have an extra free transfer on your current team, would you upgrade Traore or upgrade your bench? I probably would bank the transfer then. I wouldn't use it. I would bank the extra transfer. Would you transfer him? He has a boot on him. Yes, he has too much of a boot on him. Kicking too much for my liking, to be honest. Shusanta saying, I have 10 starters after 1 free transfer. Should I replace Ayling with a hit or hope Amati starts? I think you hope that Ayling starts, and I think that Ayling has a good chance of starting. So just probably keep Ayling, to be honest. With Amati, I don't think he'll play. As far as I know, there haven't been too many injuries to that Leicester defense to kind of warrant him starting. Vincent saying, any electricity outages? Luckily not. We just didn't have water for like 2 days. What do you think of Rondon as a 1-week punt using 1 free transfer? I don't know if I'd get Rondon in. I think I might prefer someone like a Josh King, and then I would just try and stack the midfield department of Everton. Rafa and Reza saying, would you start Foster or Sanchez? So Rafa and Reza, you can just look at my own team. I'm starting Sanchez, so that kind of gives you an indication of what my current thoughts are, but I just think that I trust the Brighton defense more than the Watford defense. That's my kind of rationale behind it. But I think that you're on a good game week if that's your final decision, because I don't think the ceilings are going to be that high for that one. Miguel saying, Dayvy, at the current stage, are you still planning on wildcarding game week 7 or 8 or later? So Miguel, my kind of reasoning behind wildcarding in game week 7 or 8 would be my midfield department. So Saar in game week 7, I think, or game week 8 has Liverpool. Greenwood's going to lose his place and Jota will lose his place. So depending on how that plays out, I'll have to see if I use the wildcard or not, because the rest of my team, I can get away with their fixtures, to be honest. But I think right now it's too kind of close to do. Yash saying Begovic or Sanchez, Harrison and Ayling to start. So Harrison, I think, has a good chance of potentially starting. He did have COVID, so it's not like he had an injury, but on his match fitness, we don't really know how the illness kind of affected him. I think Ayling could potentially play, but it's a really tough spot to be in, because like I can't tell you a guy's going to start because I'm not the manager. But I would say that if you have to bank on them playing, you could just put a punt on them. I say there's probably about a 75% chance of them starting. Between Begovic and Sanchez, I think I would probably go for Begovic. Preston saying Son in for Sanchez for a slight long run, then Benford. Vardy. Who's Benford? Sure, I don't know who Benford is. Maybe I'm completely like going nuts here. As a differential, I don't have Ronaldo. Bamford. Okay, you're probably talking about Bamford in for Vardy as a differential. Son in for Fernandes for a slight long run. I don't think I would do Fernandes to Son this week. And then Bamford in for Vardy as a differential. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. If you have Vardy this week, keep him. But I don't have Ronaldo. Preston, I don't really fully understand what your question is. The only thing I can kind of understand is Son for Fernandes. And I think I would probably keep Fernandes this week. Ronaldo captain. Why not Antonio? So Antonio is going to be differential. I think Antonio, to be honest, is the logical captain for my own opinion. I think that he should be great. I just think that my team's differential enough for me not to captain Ronaldo. So I think that, or not captain Ronaldo. So I'd rather just go with Ronaldo and go a little bit safe. That's probably my reasoning on it. But I think either between Salah, Ronaldo, Antonio, all three of those will return this week. It just depends who scores the most. David, what game are you going to see? Chelsea or Man U? Are they playing today? Oh, so you're talking about who am I going to watch today? It's tough. I think the City-Chelsea game is going to be quite boring. So I think I might just watch the Ronaldo game or the Man United game, apologies, because Ronaldo is my captain. But I don't even know if I'm going to watch one of the games today. I don't necessarily watch quite a lot of football on the weekends. Jackson, someone, guys, 780 people watching and only 20 likes. Doesn't seem fair. So that's only 20 likes out of 7. Okay, so that might be a little bit low. So I don't think the content's that bad. But you guys are not obviously expected to like the stream. But it does help with the algorithm a little bit. Arjun saying, will Rafinha start? Also, Saw in for Jota or Greenwood. I wouldn't take Jota or Greenwood out this week. I would keep both of them. And then will Rafinha start? I think he will. I think worst case scenario, he comes off the bench. And I mean, maybe the game is tired out and he gets some space in behind. But that's why I did the Rafinha out move, is because I just think there's awesome question marks. And I think Saw is going to play. And he has 2 great fixtures. Apologies for that one. Should I transfer Rafinha out this week and who for, please? So, Kieran, you don't have to transfer out Rafinha if you are a more conservative manager, a safer sort of manager. It makes more sense to keep him. But I wanted to take a little bit of a punt, so I took him out for Saw. And I think Saw, Gray, or Townsend are the replacements that you guys should do. Should I keep Havertz, says Liam. If you've kept on to Havertz as long as possible, so like up until now, I think you might as well keep him because from Game Week 7 onwards, they look quite good. Sim Kele saying, like the stream, bro, so thank you. I do appreciate that. Jason saying 10 minutes to the deadline. How much in the bank, Dayvy? So I'm just going to have to, let me just minimize the chat here and then let's scroll down. Okay, so I have 0.8 in the bank. I don't know how much that is going to help, but I do have that much. Still torn between playing it safe with Ronaldo or differential with Antonio. Watching the United game will feel like hell if I do Antonio. So G-Ball, this is probably where it comes down to your own football watching ability. So if it's going to kind of really, if you support United and it's going to affect you that much if you don't captain Ronaldo, then I just say captain him. It's just one of those things that I think you have to have a little bias then if it's going to affect your enjoyment of football that much. Good morning, Dayvy. Any good Bamford replacements? So I think if you don't own Antonio, I would get him. But besides that, maybe a Josh King as a punt. But I think I would rather just keep Bamford and make a sub on your bench or transfer on your bench. Is Benrahma worth in the playing 11? 100%. Benrahma is one of the better options this week because Leeds are not the best fixture in the world and they have a lot of injuries. So I think Benrahma, I wish I had him in my team still, but unfortunately I don't. Tyrant saying, how's it, Dave? Hope you're well. I am well, thank you. Pretty about the rugby. Yes, unfortunately it was. -4 to bring in Diaz. I don't think I would do that. It depends who you're taking out. Quibba saying, I love this stream. You're still disappointed of the... I am disappointed because, honestly, I'm not going to lie. I didn't have too much hope. But after it came so close, you can't help but feel that you could have won the game. I will never captain a player that plays the first game. So there's the stereotype, not the stereotype, the superstition that's coming in. Richie Bull saying maximum Gucci my captain. I wish I had Gucci in my lineup and I captain him once because then I'll put the Gucci headband over my avatar. That's what I'll do. Or maybe I'll have to buy a Gucci headband and then I'll wear it on the next stream or something. Gray or Saw. I prefer Saw because he has 2 good fixtures, whereas Gray has 1 good fixture this week, the best fixture that he can have, and then next week it doesn't look that great. My favorite FPL YouTuber, thank you, appreciate it. There's a lot of FPL YouTubers that are better than me, so I do appreciate you thinking that me being your favorite. Hello, Dayvy. Grealish to Jota. Should I do it? I wouldn't do Jota in, and I wouldn't do Greenwood in this week because that's a transfer that, unlike Saw, who has about 2 game weeks left, Jota and Greenwood, it's going to come a time where you have to take them out, and that could be next game week. So I don't think I would bring Jota or Greenwood in. Lukaku's overrated. I don't trust him to replace CR7. So Lukaku could be overrated, but the fixtures are so good that I think that an overrated striker will score in those ones anyway. So I can understand what you're saying there maybe. That's your own opinion if you think it. But I think Lukaku is going to score a couple in these next few game weeks. Who loves red arrows? Optus Prime, that is not something that you should be loving. You should be loving the green. You should be loving the green arrows, not the red arrows. Should I start Guaita or Sanchez? I think I would start Sanchez because I trust the Brighton defense more than the Crystal Palace defense. But that's a really tough one to go by. Have you done your transfer? I have. I brought Saw in for Rafinha. Semedo or Marty? I don't think Marty is going to play, so go for Semedo. How many free transfers for next game week? I only have one because I used my one and only this week as well. Antonio captain, 100% fine with that. I really wanted to do it, but I just don't have the you-know-what to do it. So if you guys do, then I praise you. Zaid saying check Twitter DM. Thank you, Zaid. I'll go check that out. Okay, Mason Greenwood starts. Thank you, Zaid. I do appreciate it, brother. Thanks as always. Actually, let me just check. Thanks, Zaid. Appreciate it, brother. 5 minutes left. Quick fire questions. Okay, Jason, you want me to do some quick fire questions? So get the questions flowing here. Coffin Seller, thank you for that comment. I do appreciate it. Jason, you can choose whether to delete that or not. I don't think many of the people in the chat will understand that, but appreciate it, Coffin Seller. I don't know if you are from South Africa or not, but get the questions in. Get the questions going quickly and I'll answer them. Okay. Niall saying, is this your final team? This is my final team. Saw for Jota, not this week. Nikos, I would keep Jota. Is Mahrez playing or take him out for Saw and Tony for Jimenez? Kevin, I would do the Mahrez out move for Saw, definitely. Tierney or Duffy to start. Who do Arsenal play? Arsenal play Spurs. I would start Duffy. Alonso or White or Duffy this round. I think I would probably stick with Alonso this week. Winston, just because I think Chelsea's defense is quite solid. Captain Salah, thanks, mate. Okay, Akshay saying he's Captain Salah. Jota to Saul or roll the free transfer. Gallagher captain, I wouldn't do that. Why not Foster over Sanchez? I prefer the Brighton defense over the Watford defense. Why do you have Omo Badmadeli before Ailing on the bench? I don't think he'll even start, so that's why I do have him. And I also have Antonio, so I'd rather Antonio scores than Norwich score, whatever. Or Everton score. Traore or Saw, I would go for Saw. Bamford and Torres out for Vardy and Saw from -4 hit. I think I would do that move, to be honest. Why not Salah captain? I just don't really favour that fixture. Captain on Salah, Antonio. Between those two, I prefer Antonio. Chances of Torres starting. I think Sanjay, he has a good chance of starting, but it is against Chelsea, which isn't that great. Tsimikas or Shaw, go for Shaw. Tsimikas won't play, I don't think. Why is Antonio vice? Because he's my second favourite option. Any City news? Nothing much. Torres out or hold? I would probably take him out. Rafinha for Saw, Jimmy, I did that move. Bamford for who? I would go Antonio. If you don't have Antonio, maybe go for Josh King. Otherwise, keep. Should I play Ings vs United or other Dennis Livramento? I'd play Dennis. Alonso for sure. Gabriel, I like that move, but I'd like to get one more week's context on the whole Alonso situation. Saw or Rafinha, I'd go with Saw. Semedo, Livramento, Semedo. Torres going to score today, says Peter. Maybe. Amabal Madeli out next week. If he plays, I'm going to probably have to start him. Captain Salah, 100% fine. Just for the hard work. Thanks, Miguel. Appreciate the super chat. Will Ronaldo start? Yes, he will start. Mapai or Armstrong? I prefer Armstrong. Lukaku's overrated. You already said that, Omar. Dayvy for Salah. Kagiso, 100% best striker in the game. When will you wildcard? Will currently, maybe game week 8. Dayvy or FPL? FPL. Alonso or Shaw? Alonso. Best Tony replacement? I think maybe look at a Josh King. Why not Saw for Traore? I like Saw's fixtures and stats, even though he is absolutely terrible. Pookie or Ings to start? I would probably go with Ings. Play 2 this week. Semedo, Digne or Soufal? West Ham play Leeds. I would play Digne and Soufal, and then just bench Semedo. That is a super hard decision. In the best scenario, play all of them. I just came here to smile. Hopefully I made you smile. Read my donation, says Mecca. Mecca, I'm pretty sure I did. I can try and find it, but it's going to be tough. Okay, wait, let me go onto the other... let me go into the other screen here. View activity. So unfortunately, Mecca got lost. So I think I did answer it though. Gray out for Jota, out for Gray for free transfer. No, I wouldn't do that. Messi or Ronaldo? Messi. Even though I've captain Ronaldo. Captain Salah or Aubameyang? Captain Salah. Reece James or Cancelo? Reece James. Will Ronaldo start? He will. Time's up. 1 more minute left. Umar Medeli. I don't know what you're asking about him. Saar or Ben Rama? I prefer Saar, but Ben Rama is still pretty good. 100th anniversary win. Come on. So the nice win, John. Good. What a ball played. Why not Foster to start? I trust Brighton more than I trust Watford. Captain Scarlett, 100% do that. Chelsea or City? I think that Chelsea will win this game, or at least draw. Salah is going to bang, says Jason, hopefully. AB de Villiers fan here, so he does work there in the IPL. Tony or Rafinha? I think I would probably play Rafinha because it's against Liverpool. But unfortunately, that is the time. I did get kind of a little bit sidetracked there. Sorry, Mecca, if I did miss your donation, but as far as I know, I remember reading it. So maybe just rewind it if I did miss it. Otherwise, as I said, I do apologize. But that is going to be the deadline stream for Game Week 6. So an absolute quick-fire live stream. As I said, I do apologize that it was only 30 minutes, but I think it's still going to be a good game week. If I have to look at the team does look quite solid still. So I am hoping that the Wolves' assets can bang. Otherwise, it's going to be quite a disappointing game week, to be honest, as they are definitely differential punts for me. In terms of the captain, I think Salah, Antonio, and Ronaldo all will kind of return. It's just depending on who's going to return out of all of them. So if you went for Antonio captain, good luck. Salah captain, good luck. Ronaldo captain, even more good luck because I also captain him. But hopefully they all kind of do well for us. And as I always say, hopefully the green arrows are in our favor and we end up looking a little bit better come that Game Week 7 deadline. But I'm going to be signing off. It's been Dayvy FPL and I'm out. Cheers. Bye.